Hey, what's going on, everyone? If you know me and you've been following my channel and just listening to some of the things I say, you know that I am extremely big on the laws of attraction and where you are when you meet people, whether it's friends, boyfriends, husbands, or whatever. I believe you meet people where you are with your vibration. If you're going through something, if you're feeling low, then you will probably meet somebody that's at a low point in their life. With that being said, I want to base this on people believing or thinking that you are where they left you. A lot of times we say we've grown or we have learned different lessons or we think that we're over certain things, and we may have ways in us that we just want to change, and sometimes we slip up and accidents occur and things like that. But you know, you live and you learn and you just try again. With that being said, I wanted to speak on that topic. You know, I'll speak on personal experiences or just things that are placed on my heart. So with this one will be a personal experience. You know, I'm very transparent. I'm an open book because I want you to see that I'm not perfect with anything that I do and that there is a way through anything and you can get through anything. And I just want to take you guys on my journey. So, I've met someone a while ago. And when I met them, I was like in a really, really low place. You know, I had lost everything. I was feeling low. I was feeling like men weren't anything and things like that. So with that being said, some time has gone on. Years have passed and I am no longer that person. So long story short, they reached out to me, and before it was like, okay, cool. I felt for it in the sense of I communicated and it was like, okay, let's see, you know, hey, sure, maybe we could be friends now that everything's over. But needless to say, they showed me that they were exactly where I had left them, because here I was on a whole different thinking plan, like, you know, I don't want anything from you. I'm like, I know this isn't going anywhere. Like, my life is in a whole different direction, but I'll be cordial with anybody. Like, I used to didn't care about having, you know, I can't even say enemies, but like holding grudges against people and holding things against people and just not letting stuff go. But as I continued to grow and got, you know, more into the laws of attraction and becoming one with myself and getting more in tune with Christ, it's like, okay, you don't really make or break me. So it's like, I can't be concerned about what shoulda, coulda, woulda didn't happen. And I truly want the best for you because I'm a whole different person. So this person decides to reach out to me, and this is not the first time that they've reached out to me. So, you know, whatever. However, this time it just felt a little strange because I meditate. I've been meditating, and like I told you guys in the previous video, if you don't meditate, you should start. Like, meditation, it just gives you a clear conscience. It opens you up, and it's just wonderful. Like, you're on a whole nother plane. Like, the spirit just guides you more. Your intuition is better. And if something isn't right or doesn't seem right, or if everything is wonderful, if it's joyous, like, you will really feel that. And it's like, okay, cool. So with this incident, it was like I reached out, whatever. Now, mind you, this person has showed me who they were before, because I was like, okay, cool, maybe we could be cool now, or whatever the case may be. But during that time, they showed me that they were exactly where I left them. So a lot of times that's good too. Like, you'll get to see that some people haven't changed. Like, if you go through a breakup, or even if it's a friendship or a relationship with your family and anything like that, doesn't necessarily pertain to a relationship in particular, but just all relationships. Because, you know, friendships and relationships with family, they are forms of a relationship. A lot of people won't say they are, but they truly are. And you'll just get insight on, like, you know what, this is why I don't deal with y'all, or this is why I don't come around, or this is why I make sure that I stay clear of these people with these vibes, stuff like that. So with this situation, it was like, okay, cool. I thought it was okay. And then I learned that it wasn't, because they showed me that they were still where I left them or things like that. So I had received some information, from them, like, hey, whatever, how you going? I missed you, whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I know this is false. I know this isn't right. So, okay, I'll just ignore it. But me being who I am, I don't ignore people because I think it's rude, regardless of how you feel or regardless if you're over something. Sometimes something doesn't require a long response. A short response can sometimes be a little better than no response, But that's just me. That's just what I do. Like, I just think it's rude. Like, I just can't be rude to you and just not respond or say anything. That's just who I am. So I responded back, and then they were like, oh, well, I was just speaking. I wasn't trying to cause any havoc or anything like that. And I'm like, okay, you're fine. Like, not even really thinking about it. Like, okay, cool, but all right. And then more time passed, and it was like, oh, well, hey, I miss you, and blah, blah, blah. And because, again, you have to pay attention to when people show you who they are, it is very true that you believe them. Because a lot of times people won't believe that they have traits or patterns that people are able to recognize. So this person, I've dealt with them, so I know their pattern. I was like, yeah, okay, I miss you too. Like, I miss you. The stuff we send to people when they texting us out the blue or calling us, and it's like you just tell them what they want to hear. Like how Peanut did Jody on Baby Boy when he was like, you miss me, and she was like, stuff like that. So that's what I did, because I'm out chilling and having a great time. And it was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, look, let's cut to the chase. What do you want? Like, I'm not a bullshitter. I don't know how to beat around the bush and do all that. Can we get to the chase of what you want? Because I know what you want, but it feels good sometimes when you know something and you just need somebody to, like, verify. It's like, yeah, So that was this moment I was having. It was an ego. It was an ego booster, if you want to call it that. I don't know. But I was like, what do you want? Even though I knew what they wanted. And then they got to the point of what they, like, oh, they tried to curve it. People try to curve it like, girl, I was just hitting you, saying what's going on, No, you wasn't. No, you weren't. So I was like, oh, okay. And I said, well, you either must have had X, Y, and Z because that's why you hit me. And then it was like, no. But then it was like, yeah, that's, you do know me. I just wanted to see X, Y, Z, Z. Sir, on that note, I'm not even going to respond to you. Okay? And that's what I didn't. It was just like, all right, I'm not even going to respond to you. Because when I wanted to be cordial and I wanted to try to be friends or whatever the case may have been, you were rude. Like, you didn't even want to accept that. So, okay. Glad you thought about me. Cool. It's nice to know. But in that instance, it was irritating because people will think you are where they met you. Now, the old me would have entertained that. Then I must say, I was in a 17-year relationship prior, and he showed me and he taught me a lot. So when he texts me or contact me now about foolishness, it's like I don't even get a reaction because I'm like, you've already showed me who you were 16, 15, 13 years ago. So you don't even move me. Like, it's like, okay, cool. That's just him being him when he reached out to me. But you, on the other hand, you've already shown me who you were once. So I won't fall for that again. So in that particular scenario thus far, it's like I've grown, and you'll recognize when you've grown too in certain situations, because here in this 17-year relationship, I fell for that shit 100 times. You know, we break up and it's like, oh yeah, I miss you too. Come on, you know. And then we're back into it. Or I've been thinking about you. Oh, I've been thinking about you too. And then we're back into this dysfunctional situation where it's like, it's really not good for any of us. But the old me thought that that shit was okay. It's not okay. So now, this new me, this wiser, this more mature, this learning, this growing me, this woman that I've become, she don't play that shit. And I love the fact that I'm still growing and I still have so much to learn. Like, I don't play that. So now, because of what I've gone through before, here it has showed up again. And that's how things happen. When you dust things under the rug, or when you don't think that you're over certain things, it's going to always show up again and again in your life, maybe through different people, until you learn the lesson. Until you learn the lesson in any and everything, it is going to show up again and again. So that's why it's good that you either pay attention and let things go. So here it is. It shows up in a different person. But this time, they've already showed me once. Not like the prior situation where it took years and years and 100 times of you showing me before I got to the, are you serious? I'm not paying you any attention part. Now, it showed up again, and I've dealt with it differently where you only had to show me one time. So now, I'm not even moved by it. It's like, let me let you know that I see you. I see straight through you. Straight through you. So, it irritated me because I felt like you think that you left me and can come back to where you thought I was. And it's my fault, because once upon a time, I would have felt for it again. And during the time with the situation, it happened again. So I don't fully place the blame on that individual, because, you know, once upon a time it did happen. But however, it's like, no, it's a slap in my face. It's a slap in the face to my spiritual guide. It's a slap in the face to my growth and all these things, because it's like, you truly think that I am where you left me. You really believe that. You think that I am where you left me. This person who didn't fully know her worth, fully love herself, and things like that. Like, you really think that I am where you left me, where I was more concerned about making sure the person that I was with happy more than I was making sure or wanting myself to be happy. You really think I'm this person. So I was like, okay, cool. I let it slide. Needless to say, like I said, haven't responded. Don't care to respond. With that being said, people, whether it's family, friends, anything like that, a lot of times they don't want to acknowledge or respect your growth, but it will always show up for you to see where you've outgrown and how much you've grown. That's why I truly recommend that if you don't meditate, you should start, because meditation gets you on the same playing field with God himself, you know, and will open you up to some things, and he will turn the crooked places straight in your life. And I'm telling you, I see it. It happens for me all the time. You know, even though life happens and things like that, but some situations aren't as bad as they would have been if I wasn't into the meditation and studying and getting to know myself and get to become one with the universe and things like that. So I truly, truly recommend that you meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. It will help you with a lot of things. So back to this fool that's still where I left him. We all have things in our lives that is in your story, whether it's you will always be on top or things like that. In my story, it's like I've never dealt with anybody that couldn't do anything for me. And it's not like, oh, I needed your money, or I need them to do things, or I needed them to do this or buy me this. No, I just never met a dude that relied on me for everything. I've never had anybody who hasn't cleaned my house, which is a good thing for me because I fucking hate cleaning. I hate it. But I've never dealt with a dude who didn't clean. So with that being said, it's like it helped me realize who I was. Because even though this person met me when I had hit rock bottom in my life, it's like it allowed me to see that no matter how long or how many years we dealt with one another, you didn't know who I was. And you didn't recognize that. Because had you did, you would have known that you couldn't even have came at me like that. You wouldn't even have came at me like that. Because I never met a dude in your caliber. I've never dealt with a dude in your caliber. At all. At all. You were the first. But even then, it was like, I met them and I didn't want anything from them. Didn't need anything from them. However, while I dealt with them, they knew. I had people that was cool. I didn't deal with anyone like that, but I had people that would do things for me. I never had to do anything to get anything. Let's get that straight for one. I never had to do that. So it was like, if you would have paid attention to who I was, you would have known that you couldn't even come at me the way you just came at me. But I don't blame you because you didn't know. If you knew better, you would have done better. So I just want you guys to know that if you meet someone or if you're in a situation where you're always either the last resort, or they tell you they're thinking about you, or that they miss you 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night, just look at it and say, you didn't miss me 9 o'clock in the morning. You didn't miss me 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You just choose to keep missing me at night. Hello, you just choose to keep missing me at night. So you think that I'm just stupid. That's what you should say to yourself. Really get to understand it and pay attention to how it is. Because, again, you have to teach people how to treat you. Teach people how to treat you. Because if you are treating yourself like you aren't anything or you aren't worth anything, then that's how somebody else is going to treat you. So you have to teach people how to treat you. Also, just laugh when it comes and you get to see that somebody is where you left them. You have to laugh. You have to laugh. I know I did. I'm not saying people can't change, because people can. But it's like some people you just know they don't. And it's like, you have to laugh. Because a lot of times, people don't know any better. They don't know any better because they aren't better. And they haven't been taught any better. Because in this situation in particular, it's like, you jump from person to person. And that's why you aren't happy. And you're still looking for whatever it is that you're trying to get. And even when you meet somebody or move on, you still refer back to me. So it's like, come on. I know I'm a great person. I know I'm a great friend. I know all of those things because that's just who I am, and that's how God made me. He made my heart. He made me. But at the same time, it's like, you should want to do better, because everybody isn't going to stay where you've met them, especially if that's not who they are deep down. So don't allow anybody to rush your process. Don't allow anybody to make you feel less than or unworthy. Don't do that. Just recognize the areas where you have grown. Recognize when they are exactly who they say they are or they showed you they are. Do that. Because even in this particular situation, I guess this person, they would say I dragged them, whatever the hell that means. I was dragging them, or I made them feel some type of way. One, if I've dealt with somebody, everybody know about everybody. I don't have a relationship. I don't have relationships until now. But I don't have relationships because I don't like to be responsible or held accountable for your feelings. But in this situation, I believe that this person wanted to drag, as they say now, drag, or wanted to get some type of get back. Like, okay, I want to get her into me, or I want to deal with her and just treat her like she ain't shit. Sorry. I won't ever have anybody treat me like I'm not shit. Like the dude I was with for 17 years, regardless of how it went or whatever it was, I ain't even allow him to treat me like I ain't shit. He might have did some shit that was like, oh, that's wild. How could I tolerate and accept that? But he never treated me like I wasn't shit. Never. Don't get it twisted. Never. Because again, if I'm such this jacked up person, if things are oh so bad, everybody reaches out to me. Everybody. So if you have somebody that you dealt with and they try to paint you like this fucked up person or this bad individual, or like the relationship was so bad or the situation was so bad, don't even believe it, because whether you hitting my phone or you not, you're thinking. Because I'm not that bad. Because who wants to stay in contact with a jacked up person? Who misses a jacked up person? That doesn't happen. Who pops up or shows up or sends a jacked up person stuff? On top of that, people be in a whole nother situation and they still send you stuff. Why? And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're into you. They don't miss you. They don't miss you. They miss what you could do for them. They miss what you got in between your legs. 9 times out of 10, he still wants your poom poom. I call it poom poom. He's trying to get your poom poom. You already had it. Tell him, like, you already been there, we already been there and done that. No, not happening, Captain. Keep it moving. Sorry, take a picture, write it down. I don't care. It's not happening. So again, don't fall back when the enemy shows up to test you, to see just how much you've grown, or to see just how much you think you're over something. Because that's what happens. The enemy always say, okay, you think you're over that? Or you think you've outgrown that? Let me show you. But when I say, when I serve a mighty God, and that God lives in me, like I feel him. I'm not perfect at all. I curse and all that. I'm working on that, but I'm not perfect by far. But when you know who's with you, nobody else matters. None of that other stuff matters to me. And I like to tell people too, your opinion and what you think about me is none of my business. It's none of my business. It doesn't even matter. What you think or how you feel about me is none of my business, because I know who I am. And one thing that the scripture says, it says, no weapons formed against me shall prosper. But he never said that they wouldn't form. He said they wouldn't prosper. So I'm just hoping that you can take something from this video and hear a message in it to help you And just know that you need to continue being you, continue being great. Don't allow anybody to rush your process. Even if things occur in your life and you slip up and you fall back in, it's okay. Because nobody's perfect. You get right back up and you deal with it again the next time. And you address it accordingly the next time. But don't ever be anybody's bag of fun, bag of tricks, or get caught up in the whole cycle of, oh, they always reach out to me, so that means they love me, they care about me, they thinking about me. That's not what it is. You have to be able to know the difference. And again, like I said, I meditate, and that guides me on a whole different path. So I used to be able to see things from a mile away before, but now when you got God on your side and you're meditating and you're becoming one, people won't be able to get nothing. Like, I'll give you another quick example. I was out. I know it's a crazy example, but I'm telling you it works. And this lady tried to charge me $5 for something. And I'm like, hold on. This thing is usually $3. And I looked, and she had to say, oh, I'm sorry. It's $3. It's not $5. And I said, I know. But I think she was trying to skim $2 for herself. I don't know. But I had to be like, okay, I know. So what I'm saying is, like, things will occur in your life and you don't even have to speak. You don't even have to speak. It'll correct itself. So stay blessed. Stay woke. And if you're not woke, get woke. Because you missing out on a whole lot. And stay away from negative energy. Just stay positive. Keep your faith as small as a mustard seed. Because anything could happen and everything is possible. Also, I keep telling people I'm going to be on TV one day. I'm going to be on a radio show soon. So, yeah. So no matter where you are on your journey, even if you have the naysayers and the doubters, it doesn't even matter. Because somewhere down the line, somewhere out there in the universe, somebody is watching you. And as long as you believe it, all things and anything is possible. So I keep telling y'all, my glow up is coming. I'm just a regular girl trying to stay sane. Stay blessed.